What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dre. Welcome back to Reacted. And if you coming off of the last video from this video, you realize I said we're gonna jump into the Kevin Hart situation. So I got a couple of videos lined up. I guess it was about this comedian making controversial racist jokes at the Kevin Hart roast. So let me play the clip in question and check it out.
You know, Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true, he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting.
It's not funny, by the way, and I'm not being like on like biased or whatever. It's really not funny to me. Like I hear the jokes and I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay. I mean that's cool.
Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good, though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much. You know, Kevin...
So I guess that was a clip in question, and he made that statement about George Floyd. So the whole uproar about it is because the way that George Floyd died. And if I'm not mistaken, he died from suffocation, from being pushed to the ground by police officers too much, so to speak. I got another video lined up. Let's watch it. It's from Hype Plus. It says Kevin Hart called out for George Floyd joke at Netflix roast. Cat was right. HB News.
I'm Janab. Following the night of what should have been only celebration for Kevin Hart has now turned into viewers calling him a sellout. Kevin Hart may not be laughing at the moment. As reported, Hart would end up being the latest person roasted on Netflix, where a number of comedians and friends will come out to make fun of him and his career for this special night. Cat Williams, who has had a long time beef with Hart, would even show up. Now, for those who don't know, roasting is a form of joke telling that is supposed to make fun of a particular thing about the person you're roasting. The jokes can range from appearance, personal stories, their life, and even family members. During the roast, several presenters would test the boundaries with jokes on each other and themselves, like when Pete Davidson's dad, who passed during 9/11, will become a punchline, as well as Kevin Hart's late mother and Cheryl Underwood's husband, who committed suicide. Today's roasting appears to be a showcase on how far comedy can go. Now, what appears to be an issue for some viewers is that comedy should have its limits, especially when it's taken on issues of race and injustice. During the roast, comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, who is no stranger to controversial jokes, will make fun of the late George Floyd while making fun of Hart. Hinchcliffe will go on to say, "The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing so hard that he can't breathe." In a wide shot of the stage, Hart can be seen laughing at the moment, and this appears to be the reason for his latest backlash. You see, George Floyd would...
So that's the reason, y'all. That controversial statement was made. I thought Kevin Hart made the statement. I thought Kevin Hart was the one making the jokes and whatnot, but it was not even him. You had guest speakers coming up to make jokes, to make roasts, and then he made that controversial statement. And like the speaker from Hype Plus is saying, the reason why it's a problem is because it's around so much injustice and slavery. A lot of injustice was involved.
Died during an arrest after he was stopped for being suspected of using a fake $20 bill. During his arrest, the officer would pin him to the ground and kneel on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. During the moment, which was caught on camera, Floyd can be heard telling the officer multiple times that he could not breathe before his passing. For many black people who have either been stopped by police or have seen injustices play out in the hands of law enforcement, Floyd's passing isn't close to funny. So for Hart to be seen laughing on stage after a white comedian would suggest that Floyd was in hell and make a callback to what is considered Floyd's last words before dying is why some online users are now calling Hart a sellout.
Y'all know how Cat Williams tried to tell us a long time ago about Kevin Hart? Everybody just wanted to laugh. They didn't want to listen. And y'all see how he was the only one at that roast who was roasting the fuck out of him to his face, calling him he's a whole jigaboo, a bootlicker. That man took every role that Cat Williams turned down. Why? Because he's tired of comedians making black men look bad. Stop accepting these roles just for a little bit of coin. But see, it shows y'all true character, that most of y'all can be bought.
Can someone tell me what was funny about that white man getting up on that stage talking about some George Floyd is looking up at us right now?
You said looking up?
Laughing so hard that he can't breathe?
Ari Spears, J. Anthony Brown, and a plethora of other black comedians are under the comments on black women's post talking about it's just a roast because some black women felt like the anti-black jokes at Kevin Hart's roast were inappropriate, especially right now with all of this congressional redistricting and all of this racism going on. Racist jokes are not funny to the rest of us, but they always gonna be funny to a bunch of. It's always gonna be funny to niggas that need, some of them people's money like that enough to let them play in their face like that.
Here's my take on the backlash from the roast. I respect people who are sensitive.
You know what it is, man, and it got to do with comedy. At the end of the day, it's comedy push boundaries. Comedy pushes boundaries. We saw this in the Drewski skit. We saw this in the Drewski skit where he was making fun, not making, not making fun, well, so to speak. He was doing the Drewski skit, the Muslim Drewski skit. We saw that there was a huge backlash because they were offended and how Drewski were portraying them. And now this is like the same thing.
I don't respect the hypocrites, and that's the vast majority. That's what pisses people off. That's what comedians are fighting against. It's the hypocrisies. Everything be funny, it's ha-ha, kiki, until it's your group or somebody you like or something you care about, then it ain't funny no more. Nah, that's whack. That's whack as hell. Either be offended by all of it, which is fine, then maybe you probably shouldn't watch roast if you're one of those people.
That's what I was saying before with the Juicy skit. It's comedy. I definitely see how sensitive the topic gets because racism is like fully alive and well, and it's gruesome to deal with. So I could see that part. I could see that part. I could see it 100%. Like, I wouldn't want to go to a comedy show and it's straight slavery jokes. I'ma feel weird. I'ma feel weird. Nah, it's just straight out the gate slavery jokes. But what he's saying in this video is that everybody get a piece of the action. Everybody get a piece of the action.
People probably shouldn't go to comedy shows if you're one of those people. Or you got to let all of it ride. But what y'all like to do is pick and choose which things you want to be mad at, and that's whack.
It's one thing to roast the people that's there. It's one thing to roast the people that may be in the audience there. Roasting somebody that, number one, is dead. Number two, that's not there. Number three, that the implications of why you shouldn't joke about that. Like Tony Hinchcliffe joke about George Floyd didn't make fucking sense to me. There was no reason to bring George Floyd into this. It just was disgusting.
Kevin Hart is exactly who Harriet would have left behind. Kevin Hart has sold a caricature of being black for years. He embodies stereotypes that white people think are funny and then profits from them. So it's not surprising at all that he would let white people play in his face like that. White people in a roast, I'm gonna be racist, but I'm just playing. Now, what makes Hart's laughter for some...
Yeah, I could see both sides. I could see because it could be so inappropriate. But at the end of the day, that's what comedy is. We jump back to that's what comedy is. Comedy pushes boundaries. Comedy pushes boundaries. But this topic is so sensitive, and it's sensitive for certain people. But there are other topics that's also sensitive for certain people, like the Muslim topic. Again, Drewski, the skit that Drewski did.
A bit more concerning is that back in 2020, he would film himself showing how upset he was about George Floyd's death.
George Floyd's death is another pure display of hatred, racism at the highest level. And after it's over, the thing that can almost at least correct is immediate reaction of consequences. And instead we wait. We wait. As a system, you're flawed. You're not only flawed, you're wrong on every level. And the only way to make anything better is to fucking fix a broken immediate system. Consequences. That man needs to be thrown in jail for life. Not in weeks, now. If you were on hand and you didn't stop that senseless murder from happening, you get time too. That's what a law should say. So every cop now has a severe consequence to their actions. Hold people accountable.
Fast forward to the aftermath of the controversial joke. George Floyd's family is letting it be known that they're not happy with Hinchcliffe or Hart about the moment. We're trying to rebuild things for our community and make things better in our community. Let's try to be a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely think that joke was pushing it. I do think that joke was pushing it.
More positive and not sit up there doing colon inspections by white comedians. According to TMZ, who would report the family's response, they would even share that they felt that Kevin should have expressed that Floyd's death was a subject that should not have been joked about. On Monday morning following the roast, Kevin would release a video responding to the night and some of the reactions. He would go on to praise the night.
It's just such a thin line because comedy, but it's pushing it. I'm not gonna lie, it's pushing it. It's such a thin line because comedy pushes. That's what comedy is supposed to do. Comedy is supposed to push it like that. But that's the dynamic right now.
And even would thank Tony Hinchcliffe for what he says was understanding the assignment.
Tony Hinchcliffe understood the assignment, relentless as he always is, but funny. Like, you can't have emotions. You gotta understand what the assignment is, man. Everybody came out there and did their thing. It's not what a roast is about. Leave the emotions and the feelings at the front door. People are coming in and they're looking for the shock factor. They're looking for the crazy reaction about the hard-hitting joke. Let them fly. It's all in the efforts of being funny.
You know what it is too? This is just like what the internet brings. Cause if it was just a comedy show that you go to that's not posted, it would have been different. It would have been different. But this is the internet.
It's that simple.
So let's talk about it more in the comments below. Should black viewers always push back against jokes at their expense, or does it somehow work against black people by allowing certain words and jokes to trigger them? Plus, stay up to date for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to receive all of our content and not just some.
I'm gonna stop here, y'all. Let me know if y'all really want me to go more on this topic. I got one more video I could watch, but I'm gonna stop it here because I wanted to see what it was about, and I saw what it was about. Let me know what videos y'all want me to react to. Like, comment, subscribe. I'ma holla at y'all.